And welcome in. This is a public affairs program shedding the light on the interest, issues, and concerns of the greater Pittsburgh area. I'm your host, Johnny Hartwell. We got a couple of tigers in the studio, and we got the tiger by the tail. Maggie and Tammy, two of my favorite people in the world. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you, Johnny?
I'm doing fably. All right, Tammy Rippey, and what is your title with Partners for Quality? What is your title?
I am the Director of Special Events at Partners for Quality Foundation.
And Maggie Rothenberger, what is your title? You're the big cheese.
I am the big cheese. I think that is the title, actually.
We're not talking cheese. We're talking ducks today.
We are talking ducks. I'm the head duck, so I'm the president and CEO of Partners for Quality. So,
what's the old joke? Is God said put a rain slicker on that chicken and give it a kazoo? Is that what it is?
I would have absolutely no idea, but that's Tammy's job. So, we're here to promote our Steel Duck Derby, and we are just so thankful for you. We were here last year. I can't believe it's been a year already.
I know.
And it's just as cold outside.
All right, let's talk about the event first, and then I really want to talk about the organization because you guys do some fabulous things. So the Duck Derby, for people who aren't aware of the Duck Derby, you pour a bunch of little rubber ducks. This one doesn't squeak. She gave me a rubber duck, but you have these little rubber ducks, and you kind of bet on whose duck so you buy the duck or you rent the duck or whatever, and it goes. And where is it going to be held?
It's going to be held at Lake Elizabeth in Allegheny County.
Allegheny Commons Park on the north side.
North side, yep.
Lake Elizabeth, and there will be a little festival around it with iHeart Media being there with us, food trucks, duck games, all kind of fun things.
They just tell me where to show up, and that's how I know Lake Elizabeth. So because I'm a transplant from about 3 years ago.
Okay, so North Shore.
You got it, Maggie.
Absolutely,
yep,
absolutely.
Okay. And so you get people who are. How much are the ducks there? It's like.
Well, Johnny, here's the scoop. SteelCityDuckDerby.org is our website, but we have different levels of ducks. You can buy a lucky duck for $5, a 6-quack for $25, quackers dozen for $50, or quack pack for $100. But take a look at the website, and these little ducks, we're going to dump 7,500, or depending on how many we sell, even more, into Lake Elizabeth at 1 p.m. on April 22nd.
And it was a beautiful day last year when it was
really
there.
was. We had such a good time. And so it really is, you're renting a duck. I wasn't sure we would walk away with a duck. And we sold a ton of ducks that day, actual ducks that weren't in part of the race.
Like quack, quack ducks?
Yeah, like quack, quack ducks. So,
like actually real living ducks?
No.
Rubber duckies. We're talking rubber duckies.
We had a board member who actually wasn't sure that we would do live ducks. And we were like, no, they're rubber duckies.
I love you people. I couldn't possibly love your organization more. And now that I know somebody thinks that it's actual real ducks.
Because this was new last year, you know, and the other thing is we are so happy to have 7,500 ducks. Now, just so you know, Tammy has every intention of doing 20,000 ducks in the Three Rivers at some point. Like, that's her goal. So she wants to shut down all the rivers and do something, quite extensive. But we're not there yet.
There's something about rubber ducks that Pittsburghers love.
Oh, yeah. We had some people come last year dressed as ducks that weren't part of our organization. We did bring our sponsor.
And I said, Maggie, Ducky. This is radio. People can't see the.
But
Greg Jenna, who's a silent partner back here as well.
Yes.
But they can go to area businesses. For example, our presenting sponsor, North Shore Tavern or Caliente Pizza. We have big ducks that are in these different organizations and local businesses, along with adoption papers. So take a peek around town and see if you can find them and adopt some ducks.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's talk about first of all, we forgot to say, if your duck wins, do they win a prize? What do they get?
They do. We have 5 prizes. The top is $1,500, then $1,000, $500, and then Caliente gift cards for the 4th and 5th place finishers.
So if you rent a duck, basically for $5, you could win $1,500. possible?
Yes, you can.
Because you start with, all these, 7,500 ducks, and they get filtered in, and then one is the winner, and then 2, 3.
Oh, we had it very official last year. I mean, these ducks went into a plastic bag that was already roped off for first place, and it was handed, I think we handed it to you in an official capacity.
I was at the food truck.
It was a beautiful day, and the food was amazing, without a doubt. So, it's all very official.
But let's talk about where this money goes. Talk about your organization.
So Partners for Quality is a management administrative company that has 5 subsidiaries. And our subsidiaries actually help people with intellectual and developmental disabilities along with behavioral and mental health needs. We serve about 5,000 people in Allegheny County and have a staff of about 800.
Wow.
So we do serve a lot of people. So this money actually goes to our foundation. And we actually use that foundation quite a bit. Every year, $100,000 is put out for our Difference Maker grants. And our Difference Maker grants are grants that people can ask for who are served by us for anything that they may need. If somebody hasn't had a vacation in a really long time and they want to go somewhere, they can request a grant from that foundation. So the money directly from this event goes into the people's hands we support. It doesn't come to me. It doesn't go anywhere else. It goes to the people we serve.
But it's just, the foundation is just one arm of some of the things.
Correct. We have Citizen Care. Citizen Care represents our intellectual and developmental disabilities. They serve approximately, I want to say, about 400 or 500 people. I lie, 600 people, Greg. Thank you. It's grown a little bit. And they have about 300 staff. And we have community homes. We have people who do stuff during the day. We have vacations. We have all of that. So we really support people 24/7 in that program. Milestone Centers also has a smaller intellectual and developmental disability partnership with us, but also very heavy in behavioral and mental health, outpatient services, residential mental health services, along with service coordination. And then we also have Allegheny Children's Initiative, which serves people under the age of 21, family-based services, along with service coordination and a bunch of other supports.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have a really big organization. It's hard to kind of keep track of everything that we're doing, but we do reach every aspect of a family.
But you help other organizations. You are the service end.
That's correct. So we do all of the human resources. We do all of IT. We do all of compliance and fiscal and billing. The idea behind this organization, it is a family of organizations. So we all work very collaboratively together. But at the end of the day, we do the back office stuff so our programs can be the best programs they need to be. They don't have to worry about whether or not IT is working or not. They can just focus on the people that we support.
These individuals that need help.
Correct.
They can worry about that. You worry about all the administrative stuff.
That's right. And ducks. So, it's a big job.
It's all about ducks. Forget about what we do and how important we serve a community.
Hey,
it's all about the ducks.
Johnny, it is. And if I don't talk about the ducks, Tammy's gonna be very unhappy with my job performance. So
that duck may become the dead duck.
Well, this is
exactly.
You know what? This is a great opportunity to talk about the Duck Derby. Should we do that?
I think we should.
All right. So once again, if you're just tuning in and you want more information, it benefits Partners for Quality, and we talked about how wonderful this organization is. But let's talk about the Duck Derby. Once again, when is it, where is it, and how do we get involved?
Thank you, Johnny. The Steel City Duck Derby is going to be held on April 22nd, Saturday, at the Northside Allegheny Commons West Park, Lake Elizabeth. There will be, starting at 11 a.m., festival with food trucks, duck games, iHeart Radio will be there. And at 1 p.m., we will be dumping 7,500 rubber ducks into Lake Elizabeth. And then they will race to the finish line, and the top five ducks will win prizes of $1,500, $1,000, 500 and Caliente gift cards. And you can buy those ducks, steelcityduckderby.org.
steelcityduckderby.org. But if you want more information on the organization, pfq.org.
Right. And I just want to mention, we have two amazing sponsors other than, of course, iHeart and you, Johnny. Thank you. It's also North Shore Tavern as well as...
Steak on a Stone.
Yes,
Steak
it
on a
is.
Stone.
That's what we end up doing. And also Cooked Goose caterers. So Cooked Goose, actually, just so you know, has been helping us for years, especially during the pandemic. We've been able to order holiday meals from them for all of our people that we support who live in our residential homes. I think we ended up ordering 200 meals or something like that they cooked for Christmas and Thanksgiving. So
any roast duck available?
I don't. They may have it. I don't know.
I know where you can buy 7,500 ducks.
Right. Well, that's what we were trying to figure out: cooked goose or rubber duck, and But yeah. So, and also on the North Shore on April 4th. Unfortunately, I won't be there. I have that night off. I know. Well, okay. Long story short, I booked a hotel room outside of the area, and I didn't know. Tammy scheduled it. I'm sorry. April 4th, though, 4 to 7.
April 4th, everybody's invited to
North Shore
Maggie's.
Maggie's house. North Shore Tavern, which is across from PNC Park, and we're doing a kickoff there. And Allie Bear and other iHeart Radio personalities will be there. So we're just not sure who's committed yet.
Oh, lovely. All right.
Yeah.
So give us the background of the organization. When did this start, and how when did you guys start? When did you form in Pittsburgh?
Okay, so we started in Pittsburgh in 1975, and it started with Citizen Care, which is the agency I talked about that supports people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. So back in the day, right, back in that time period, people were still in institutions who were diagnosed with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And the CEO at the time, or the person who thought about this, went to Polk Institution, which is up there in Venango County. Actually, Polk just closed, and it's been that long. So he went up to Polk and saw that there were people who wanted to come out of Polk. So that's how Citizen Care started. They started in our office building, which used to be what they used to call an intensive care facility. And we took 132 people out of Polk Institution and put them into this ICFMR. And from there, we moved into the community. So everybody who started at Polk and came out of Polk ended up in a community home. And that's how we got started back in 1975.
So as you added different arms to the organization,
Yes.
did you just recognize a different need and say, hey, we need to incorporate this?
In 2005, part of it was because each agency has its own culture and it has its own essentially mission and service line. And it just seemed easier for them to be able to have their autonomy to a certain degree and have their service. And that's how it started in 2005, and when Partners for Quality was quote unquote developed as the administrative entity, as it were.
And when did you get on board?
2019, October of 2019. So I had wonderful 4 months being a CEO, and then the pandemic hit. So trial by fire, I suppose.
Okay, so what was that like, those 2 or 3 years, and how the different organizations that you're dealing with?
It was really difficult. I will say the team pulled together. All of our agencies were amazing together. If you care to read, we have Greg Jenna, who had developed our COVID-19 response. It's all on our website. And as the public health emergency is hopefully coming to the end. But we did, unfortunately, we lost some people due to COVID. We had to provide services 24/7. We had staff who came down with COVID. And unfortunately, it was a really, really difficult time. However, we have rallied, and a lot of our staff has stuck with us this entire time. And I think that coming out of this, we're a much stronger agency than going in. And that's been a relief for me. So
you guys have been around for decades.
Yes.
You came aboard just a few years ago.
Yes.
Do people recognize the name Partners for Quality? Do they understand exactly what you do?
Probably not. That's part of our challenge. I think that Citizen Care has been around, Milestone has been around, Allegheny Children's Initiative, and Exceptional Adventures, which is our travel corporation. However, I think we're trying really hard to focus not only on what we do, but really focus on Citizen Care Milestone, Allegheny Children's Initiative. Those are the people that really matter, and those are the agencies. So we just try and do things on our end, from making sure everybody is aware of the supports that we offer.
So when you introduce somebody for Partners for Quality, do they understand the crisis that we have here in Pennsylvania and what a difficult time it is, and then what you guys are able to do to help these organizations, help the people that ultimately need the help?
Well, that's a hell of a packed question there, Johnny. To answer your question, I think that we also have been working with the governor's office and the state and lobbying with our legislators, because our staff, unfortunately, do not make enough money to continue to provide their own families with support. So right now, our starting salary for a direct service professional who helps out is somewhere between $15 and $18. So when you think about that hourly wage in taking care of somebody versus working at a box store or, a coffee store or anywhere else, it's really, really difficult for us to obtain really good, caring staff. So we are working with some advocacy organizations. We're also working with our legislators to really put this in the forefront. It's interesting that you asked the question, because I think so many healthcare services, right, back in the day when we were in the middle of the pandemic, 7 o'clock, 7:30 every night, right? People came out of their windows and they're applauding and they're thanking all of the first responders and all the people doing healthcare. And here we are all this time later, and all of us have kind of fallen back into the background. And we're forgetting that these are the people who really matter during a crisis situation. And that's something we remember every single day.
So when you go to Harrisburg, and you are asking for help, is your pleas landing on deaf ears, or do they understand the problem that you guys face?
I think that I think that people do. The question is where's the money going to come from, right? So our dollars compete with PennDOT. Our dollars compete with other organizations in the state who provide really good quality services. So they do. It's really a matter of working with the governor and the governor's budget, which we have, by the way. I actually was fortunate enough to attend Martin Luther King Service Day in Homewood here with Governor-elect Shapiro and Governor-elect Davis, Lieutenant Governor-elect. And then I also was able to go to the inauguration, which was quite an experience, and go to the ball. So we are working hand in hand with all of our legislators.
It's a ball wherever Maggie goes.
Well, it was, except unfortunately, it was a super spreader event, and I got COVID. Oh! So yeah, but in any case,
you don't pull any punches, do you?
I don't. It was a funny experience, because there were some people there, and they were like, "Oh my God, this is such a super spreader event." And I'm like, "Yeah, it'll be fine," And but anyhow, so it's bound to happen to all of us.
I love you guys.
Yeah,
I truly love you guys.
Yeah.
We're talking with Maggie Rothenberger and Tammy Rippey of Partners for Quality. The reason why they're here is we're talking about the Duck Derby that is coming up just around the corner. Tammy, run with the ball. Tell us everything we need to know about the Duck Derby.
Steel City Duck Derby, April 22nd, Lake Elizabeth.
North Shore,
North Side, Allegheny Commons Park. 11 o'clock, there's a family fun festival with food trucks, music. iHeart Radio will be there, duck games, balloons, everything. And at 1 p.m., the ducks, 7,500 ducks will be launched into Lake Elizabeth.
And you can purchase your ducks beforehand at steelcityduckderby.org. That's steelcityduckderby.org. And what is the fascination of rubber ducks in Pittsburgh? When we brought that big one in, remember?
Yeah.
It was about, I think it was 10 years ago.
It's the color yellow. I'll be honest. It's the color yellow. It's fun. But here's the thing. Spring's coming, right? We're all looking forward to it. It's something to do. You can go with your family. Certainly the people that we support. It's great music. I had my face painted last year as I'm doing like a television interview. And I'm like, oh my God, is this what a CEO looks like? I'm like, Greg, help me. My face is painted. But that's what it is. It's a good time. And it's a couple of hours. You can come get some lunch. I brought chairs. I sat around. I talked to people. I think I danced with you and
Robert Ducky,
exactly.
One.
And it's just a really nice way to kick off the spring, to be perfectly honest.
And you can win some money too.
You could. You absolutely could.
A lucky duck only costs $5.
That's right.
And then you can buy as many as you want.
Correct.
And you can win. And grand prize is $1,500.
Right.
And there's other prizes, and you can actually buy rubber ducks, and there's vendors,
duck necklaces.
Yeah. So how many
T-shirts, everything.
Is this your second year of
this
doing?
This is our second annual event. Yes,
So
I've been told it's annual now.
It's annual.
So yes, it is.
So whether you like it or not, Tammy,
that's right.
We're doing it.
That's right.
And you're with us, Johnny.
Right. That's right.
Unfortunately, I have a wedding I have to go to this year, and so I'm not able to. I'm going to Maggie's house.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Hotel room.
Yeah, we'll have fun there.
But the important thing is it's for a great cause.
Yes.
And so this money, what is it designated for?
This money goes right to our foundation, and it serves the people we support directly. It doesn't go anywhere else. So
for people who are just tuning in, tell us exactly what Partners for Quality actually does here in Western Pennsylvania. So
Partners for Quality is an administrative management company that has subsidiaries that we serve our subsidiaries. So we do the back office, IT, human resources, billing, fiscal, and our agencies, Milestone, Citizen Care, Allegheny Children's Initiative, and Exceptional Adventures, they actually provide services in this county. So we serve about 5,000 people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and behavioral health, mental health needs, along with we have about 850 staff that do all of that.
850 people.
Yes, and growing. So, so this money goes to what we call the Difference Maker Grant. And the Difference Maker Grant is anybody who in our family of agencies who needs help with something. Somebody wants to buy an iPad that they didn't have, or they want to be able to go on vacation. They want to go get their nails done. And they just don't have the money to do it because a lot of our people we support are on Social Security, much like, the country. And on the same token, they can't get some of those special things done. So all they have to do is ask the grant and we release the money. So any money that you donate to Partners for Quality or participate in Steel Duck Derby, it goes right into the hands of the people we support.
As an organization, what is your biggest challenge?
Wow. Great question. There's like 4 of them. I'm going to say compensating our employees the way that they should be compensated. I think that's our biggest challenge. So when you think about serving somebody with intellectual and developmental disabilities, right, they may have some personal care issues. They might need help showering. They might need help shaving their legs. They might need help cooking and cleaning. But that's not just part of it. I was made aware of a story. This woman, I'm not going to name her. She is total care. She's in a wheelchair. She is very, I want to say independent when it comes to talking, but she has a community job. And she wasn't able to go to her job for 2 days because the staff that were there were able to take care of her personal needs, but they couldn't drive her handicapped accessible van. So when you think about our staff that are working, it's not just all the care that the individual needs. It's being able to also handle medications and addressing feeding tubes or other things that are medically necessary, along with making sure you're driving an agency van that could be a 26-footer handicapped accessible. So think about the variety of skills that takes. And unfortunately, our staff make between $15 and $18 an hour. So that is our biggest challenge.
So do you find the people that you do hire and who work at Partners for Quality, do you find them that they kind of have a passion for
yes,
for this
it's a personal mission. It's an absolute personal mission. So, for example, we brought our actual live duck with us today. Her name.
Say hello.
Hello. Her name is Stacy Sipian, and she's the director of behavioral health supports at Citizen Care. But because of her passion, she has volunteered to go around and be our duck personality, so, and she's been here a good long time. She, started in the business here. I've been in the industry for 25 years serving people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. So we have a lot of longevity. It's a personal mission. But we'd still like to make sure that our staff are compensated and have good benefits so that they can stay with us.
Now, we only have a couple of minutes left, but you said that there's 4 different areas. Did you cover all those events? Is there anything else that you think people ought to know about your organization?
At this point, pfq.org, we do take donations year round in case anybody cares. So while we'd love to have ducks, if this isn't the right time and you get your tax returns sometime in July, we're happy to take a donation. But just know that all of your donations do go directly to the people we support. It doesn't go anywhere else. And that's why our foundation is set aside from all of our agencies.
All right, if you want to help the organization and have fun at the same time, the Steel City Duck Derby is coming up on Saturday, April 22nd. Tammy, what are some of what exactly happens? Where is it, and where can we buy our ducks?
The Steel City Duck Derby will take place on the north side, Allegheny Commons West Park. We will, at 11 a.m. is a festival with a lot of music, duck games, food trucks, etc. And at 1 p.m., the 7,500 ducks will be launched into Lake Elizabeth to race to the finish line for 5 top prizes.
And, of course, you have a kickoff event as well. When is
April
that?
4th, one of our presenting sponsors, North Shore Tavern, will be kicking off our event April 4th, 4 to 7 p.m. with iHeart celebrities Allie Bear and whoever else would like to show up.
So do you have any other sponsors that you want to mention?
Yes, our other presenting sponsor is Cooked Goose Catering, and they've been wonderful. We did talk about if they have any ducks on the menu, but we shall see. First National Bank, Caliente Pizza and Draft House, to name a few, and there's many others. Please follow us on pfq.org or steelcityduckderby.org.
And you can adopt ducks at the website, steelcityduckderby.org. Top 5 finishers, 5th place, $100 Caliente Pizza Draft House gift card, 4th place gift card, 3rd place $500, 2nd place $1,000, first prize $1,500.
There you go.
All right, that will buy a lot of ducks.
Yeah, it would. But see, here's the other thing. We go to North Shore Tavern afterward. Woo-hoo. So, if you're a winner, you might need to come and buy some beers. So,
Tammy, Maggie, Partners for Quality, 2 of my favorite guests. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And good luck on the event. Once again, the website is steelcityduckderby.org. If you want more information on the organization, pfq.org. Tammy and Maggie, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Johnny. We always appreciate your help and really enjoy your company. Thanks.
If you have any comments, concerns, or an idea for a future program, please email us from this radio station's website. I'm Johnny Hartwell. Thank you so much for listening.